I call her Mrs. Carter.
Call her by her name.
Or Beyonce. Yeah, thank you.
Make it real easy.
Yeah. That's easier. I was trying to do too much.
Yeah.
She's been in some hot water about a lyric, and I actually saw before we got started that, if I'm not mistaken, on IG, the lyric has been removed, as well as our next topic that we're going to talk about, but I'll wait on that. But Beyonce dropped the album called Renaissance, which I've yet to listen to. I don't know if anybody has.
I ran a little bit of it.
A little bit of it. Okay, Lone, I know you haven't.
It's a better dance album than that Drake.
I'm not surprised by that. Yeah, I'm not.
When I
surprised.
first listened to it, I was like, "There's nothing." But then I was like, "Oh, Church Girl is gonna go."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's one of them ones, as they say.
That's one of them ones.
How many joints on there? Is it 16-ish?
No, it's not that long.
Okay, yes,
but it's a first part of a trilogy of Beyonce albums. So
well, that's gonna work. So shout out to OK Player. It says one heated lyric from left Beyonce fans offended after July 29th release of her 7th album entitled Renaissance on the 11th track, which is entitled Heated, while rapping in a Jamaican, what's that, Terry?
Patois.
Thank you. B included the word spaz doing a verse where she rhymes spazzing on that ass, along with B the Heated, which was produced by Boy Wonder, one of my favorites, Jahan Sweet, and I don't know who, Nino and Seven. I know Seven Thomas, but either way, shout out to them. But following the release, there were a couple of tweets that popped up. I want to read one of the tweets from a fan on Twitter. It says, "So Beyonce used the word spaz in her new song Heated. Feels like a slap in the face to me, the disabled community, and the progress that we tried to make with Lizzo. Guess I'll keep telling the whole industry to do better until is it ableist? Did I say that right? Ableist. That's why I got friends. Slurs disappear from music."
Your mama ain't feeling your commentary today.
English, man. I'm thinking my mama look bad. She raised me right too.
She's an English teacher.
She's not feeling it.
I went to middle school with my mama, man.
Mike would be standing up on the wall all the time.
Man, I would. You know, you stupid. You know.
Clean any erasers when you go home this weekend.
My mama gonna be like, "I taught my boy better." Sorry, mom. I'm struggling right now. What do y'all think about this, man? Is this going to be a reoccurring thing? I know this is not necessarily hip hop, but do we see this happening more in other genres? Because I know Jay Moore's shaking his head already.
Which part though? Like changing it?
Yes, like the pressure.
Because Lizzo changed hers.
I know Lizzo changed hers, but we haven't really seen, unless I'm mistaken, we haven't seen this necessarily creep into rap just yet.
I mean, it's so easy to just go back and change it now because things aren't pressed and sent out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So by the time,
dude, I've done it before in the past.
You get it.
Yeah.
You know, by the time you get the physical copy, it'll already be switched out. This is literally over the weekend, but I don't know. I've heard spaz, and if I'm offending anybody by saying that, I'm sorry.
I wasn't aware.
And I didn't know it was a bad word, just like I didn't know.
More of a UK
thing. Okay. Well, this is America. Nah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
We'll get some more comments.
I understand if it's offending a demographic or whatnot, then as an artist of their stature, it's probably best to go ahead and remove those words from their lyrics because, I mean,
they're worldwide.
They are
worldwide.
They're
major artists.
Yeah, so I mean, they tour stadiums, they play in Wembley and things like that and of that nature. So I mean, it's definitely smart on their part when we're talking about appeasing their fans and getting the bag.
But we're on the same wavelength as it relates to, the word or the slur, because I wasn't aware. This is my first time hearing about
I've heard that word on so many different things.
Yeah, especially movies where they were like, "Oh, that dude is a spaz." Like, right. I mean, of course, I grew up in the '80s when things were just wrong. Yeah. But
I've heard it.
But like, I didn't know
blacking out or something, rapping or something like that.
Spazzing out.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I honestly don't even really know what it. I have to look into even like how it's in reference to somebody with disabilities because I don't even really know the reference.
I don't know how it applied, how it's applied either.
And until the Lizzo thing, I had no clue that it was anything derogatory.
Neither did I.
Me neither.
So. I just thought it was like getting crazy. Soon you can't say crazy, probably. I don't know. But
well, you know, we could be going down that.
That's why I'm asking Jay Moore what you think. What how does this make you feel? Number one, and then what.
I understand
Direction are we
why
heading into?
Beyonce would do it and Lizzo would do it, because at this point they're international artists. Okay,
Yeah,
so they have to think about more than just, you know, the contiguous 48 states, Alaska and Hawaii. But at the same time, you know, words mean different. There are words that mean different things.
Right.
Just overall, like, you know, do you know what they call a cigarette in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what a bundle of sticks that are put together? Do you know what that's called?
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And those are, you know, and for those of you who don't know, just look it up. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to go that far to make the point.
Leave it alone.
We
You
can't do it on the show anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Leave it
exactly.
alone.
And actually, I think we'll probably get blocked and banned on Twitch if we say it. So
Yeah. So I'm not trying to get us in that kind of trouble, but I am trying to make a point. You know. Once again, it's just about things being international now. It used to be before the internet and before information traveled so quickly, things that might have just stayed over in this little corner. You know, they stayed over in this little corner for long enough to, by the time it got over there, it's like, all right, well, it's too late for us to do anything now. You know, this comes out and, you know, you can hit a button and the offensive, the ableist slur is removed, you know.
yeah, I've literally done this on recordings
Yeah.
and re-uploaded it to the distributor, and it's fixed. And
I want these same
less than a
people
week.
though. I want these same people
Mhm.
that are offended by this. That when artists come and people can take it however they want it, and it's a hip hop show that features the N word. I don't want to hear the whole crowd saying it,
Right.
because if we're going to pick and choose what offends everybody, then I mean you have to include that, right?
Well, true. I mean, look,
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
For people who know me, I'm a fan of like the old school Transformers show, and one of the characters
He hates the movie.
was
though.
the Michael Bay joints. We're not even gonna get into that. One of the robot dinosaurs, his name is Slag, but apparently in the last 10 or 15 years, that's become a word in the UK that refers to a woman of loose moral character.
So now
Really?
they gotta go ahead
So
and
now,
re-edit that movie?
when they haven't re-edited the movie, but now they reissued the characters from the 80s movie,
Yeah.
and that character is not called Slag anymore.
See.
His name is Slug.
Wow.
And if they changed it, I do know. I know they made the changes probably about 10 years ago, because when they put out the video game, I was like, why are they calling this character Slug? It's because because
People
of
were
because of
offended.
that, because I don't know if people even got a chance to get offended.
Was it,
I see where you're going. Okay.
So was this a culture shift that happened because of the character?
No, it's a culture shift that happened after.
It was something completely separate.
It was completely, it was something completely separate. But that's where we are now.
I mean, that's the undeniable truth. Like you can't. That's just how things are going to move.
yeah.
You know.
So I mean, like, and like I said, we live in an age when information travels so quickly. I wouldn't doubt if, say, they reissue, and I don't even know if they say the character's name in the movie or the show is that much, but I could see them, because they stream all this stuff.
Right.
I could see them going back and changing the show from the 80s and referring to him as Slug.
You know.
That doesn't sound far fetched. It really doesn't when you think about the times that we're in.
You know what's interesting? I just recently saw to where, I mean, we're in an interesting time, because I saw an article, or I saw a headline. I would say I didn't read the article, or maybe it was a tweet. But that Stranger Things is actually going back and fixing a plot hole in one of their episodes, because
Really?
somebody pointed out it doesn't make sense. But they're just fixing it and putting it back on, and it's like from season 2.
Oh, wow.
So it's,
What?
but that's the interesting thing. Like, we're in a time to where, like, not everything is tied to physical media. There's not a bazillion VHS tapes or CDs out
That
there
you
that
have to
have
recall,
this,
yeah.
right? So you can literally just make the change, upload it, fix it, make it whatever, and then it's whatever it is. So I feel like I don't know if I hate it or not, to be honest. I think it's kind of interesting.
That's what I was going to ask.
I feel like if you have the digital version of it, maybe it'll be worth money at some point in time.
They've done that for Star Wars.
Downloaded it.
They've done that for Star Wars movies to where like, okay, they keep
remastered it.
Yeah, at one point, George Lucas, I was like, please stop this. But
yeah, because they added
put the Jedi's in there.
Yeah,
they added Jabba. They added Jabba the Hutt walking down the street in one scene.
Or they put
really?
Hayden Christensen at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yep.
You know, but when you go back to language, like it's kind of crazy because like our core listenership here in the United States, it is what it is. But like, just think about it. If you're listening in the UK, just because we referred to the Dinobot and to this Beyonce and the Lizzo song, this is probably a crazy offensive segment.
Could be.
Yeah. And if it is, we're sorry.
But if you're listening to UK music over here, it may be crazy offensive to people over here. But they're not going back changing those words.
But at the same time,
I see where you're going.
But
I understand why they did it. But I'm just saying.
I'm saying like they're not pushing culture like that either in that aspect.
No, but they like to.
Yeah.
And they still have. I mean, we've heard songs over here from UK artists where they say these words that people don't necessarily like over here.
I see what you're saying.
But nobody's like, well, I think you need to go back and change all of these words. It's going to change the meaning of the song altogether for them because that's what their dialect calls this certain
Are you
thing.
referencing the N-word?
No, I'm not. Like the term for a cigarette.
The F word.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the F words.
One of the words that you should use. But I mean,
got you. Yeah, I wasn't following.
You're changing the meaning of the song.
Yeah.
Right. Now, spaz over here doesn't mean the same thing.
Right.
But they're giving them that courtesy.
Right.
Because, I mean, they're national, well, more than national, worldwide, internationally known artists. But I mean, I don't know.
I get it.
I mean, hey, what you guys said about how fast things can be, edited now and just re-uploaded.
Kanye is the pioneer for that. Yeah. My album's done. No, it's not.
Yeah. He
it's
really
12
did.
songs today. It's 9 tomorrow.
That's not something that I want to be a pioneer for.
No, I mean, not really. But I mean, he just showed you that.
He was gonna say.
And it's not. But the thing is with Kanye, it's like he knew he was putting out an inferior product.
Yeah.
Other people are just like, yeah, culture's changed. Maybe I should switch something up a little bit.
Yeah, Beyonce will never drop an inferior product.
Kanye was smart enough to know that my fans will eat up whatever I do, so I can turn this into something.
Oh, they'll buy
and
a
that's
stem player
exactly
and
what he
all
did.
that.
Exactly. So he knew what he was doing when he did that.
Great guy.
So